Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are, and welcome to week 2 of the Vance Collection. I'm Cousin Cheeto of NerdTube, and I am joined by a critical Zam. Zam, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, cousin Cheeto. How are you doing?
You know, we're moving through this Vance Collection right now, so we'll see how I feel after it's over.
Exactly. How am I
so,
anticipating this one? You have no idea.
well, I mean, it is called The Best Things. So,
hmm
this is going to be a one and two parter. So we're gonna just do our thing, and everyone else can join us. Please leave comments with timestamps so we can go back and enjoy your comments with ours. Let's get into it.
Oh yeah. Is this like a crossover with fucking American Pie or something?
So I'm guessing that these are. I'm guessing these are all like all their logos or their insignias are different.
This is from it either, huh? Uh-huh.
Everyone likes having that 1700 something on their ship.
Yep.
Like it can't be '01, obviously, but
Captain, Commander. Is that what I
He
think
likes
it
his
is?
beeps and boops, doesn't he?
Yes, sir. From the readings we gathered last time we're in the nebula, I was able to modify the shields to adapt to it.
So the shields are stronger.
No, what I've done is I've added a rotating E sequence to the current shield modulations. They're not stronger, they've totally adapted to it. Now,
I feel like
we can
we've
fly
seen this
through
part
the
before.
barrier and the nebula without it affecting the ship.
Does Commander Kennedy know about
I
that?
recall this sort of angle
All both approved.
from a previous episode.
Commander, the word is given. Good work.
And the shit on that monitor looks exactly the same.
Contact Admiral Parker
I
and start.
I think this is from this was from Menard, which we watched last week.
Yeah.
So this might have been the actual part of the episode, but last week's episode was a flashback to that part. I guess I don't know.
Uh-huh.
12 hours later. Apparently their away team uniforms are much darker red, so they can get shot
Mhm.
easier.
How long until it gets too hot to stay?
Maybe an hour if we're lucky.
The weapons are usually devastating.
Never underestimate the Sukalon.
I haven't forgotten.
that look by Menard.
Do you hear that? Is that a baby?
Let's spread out. Let's find it before this place heats up.
Shaky cam.
Wooden plank on the floor.
Oh shit, I'm a dad.
Want people to know this is coming from the film, it's not us. Oh, it's Jesus. McDonald's Jesus.
Is that his
Oh,
son?
it's super Jesus.
We have our super Jesus in the Star Trek universe.
He's going to be like Jonathan Kent to this kid, and he's going to grow up, and he's going to save the world or the universe. Well, that's definitely Earth.
Yep. Dude, those clouds are moving fast.
Mm-hmm.
Admiral Parker, forgive me, I just got home.
Eric, I have some wonderful news.
Really?
A more for you, command of Utopia Planisha. Not exactly the response I would have thought.
It's not that I'm not grateful. It's just that I really want command of a starship. I keep going for a command position, and I feel like I've hit a glass ceiling.
Son, you've helped so much behind the scenes. Take it from me. this job is for you.
Yeah, take some time to think about it.
The Valiant is due back on Earth to help the Melbourne with its battle drills. You have until then to decide.
Thank you, Admiral.
Eric, sometimes thinking what we want isn't what we want. And we realize we have been chasing it for so long, without realizing why.
Thank you, mystical bugman.
A bug man.
Owen Spinard.
You have
Go
to
ahead,
flip
Jason.
it.
I'm running a little late, like normal.
So dinner's on you then?
You wish.
He's obviously a lower decker. I mean,
Can I ask you a
look at the
question
quarters.
It's been on my mind lately.
Go ahead, brother.
I wasn't in my right mind.
Is he trying to talk into his
Phantom
watch?
tortured me. Made me do things to your friends.
Is he holding an invisible flip thing?
Well, that was going to be
You
done
were
in post.
always there for me. You stood by
Going to be
me
done
when
in
everyone else
post, but you
didn't.
know.
Well, you weren't yourself. I wanted you to get back to where you could be whole again. And not knowing how to come back from any of that, you were the victim. One of many.
Why? Why did you do it? Save my life.
Why?
Why did I save your life?
I've done things in my life that I wish I could take back.
And saving you was
What?
one of them.
But real life is not like that. I just didn't want you to end up like me.
Well, I definitely won't end up with that hairline.
Just wait a few years. You'll get there. Now, hurry up, because there's something there you've got to try. Something you've never had before. I'm going to introduce you to pizza rolls.
All right, Owen out.
Computer,
Oh,
replicate
excellent.
pizza rolls.
Excellent Easter eggs.
Ramona.
Commander, I'm sorry to bother you, but it's about the boy.
Okay, I'm on my
Oh,
way.
I thought she said the Borg. She said the boy.
Yeah, it's about the boy. I thought she was about to die. Oh, at least they celebrate Christmas.
Vincent Hawkins bearing gifts.
The boy is in the box.
What brings you out this way?
Well, Christmas. I talked to Becca this morning. We all really need to talk more.
Yeah. I don't ever want to drift apart.
We won't. I'll always have your back, man. And that brings me to this.
God, you can't even wrap it properly.
What is this?
It's a puppy.
I thought it would be another baby Jesus. No.
It took some pull, but I know some people who know some people. This was your grandfather.
Oh, it's a Enterprise era uniform.
Yeah.
Really?
I like the Enterprise era uniforms.
Great Leonard
They
Menard.
seem more comfortable.
They seem very
Thanks.
practical.
Well, they look like mechanics.
That's not really the reaction I was expecting.
Well, they're supposed to be a merger between like Trek uniforms and like NASA
Yeah.
spacesuits. You know,
That.
Yeah.
they got like freaking
It's
zipper
just I
pockets
couldn't really use
everywhere.
Grandpa. He was so career-minded. And I grew up in the system.
Well, we both know what that was like. At least we were there for each other.
And that's why I don't ever want to drift apart.
Hey, we're supposed to play tonight. What gives?
Man, that was tonight.
Is he wearing a
Slipped my mind.
He's wearing a Back to the Future
Future
coat.
too?
I've been offered a promotion at Utopia Planitia. I was reluctant to take it.
What is Menard wearing? I feel like that jacket's from something.
I had hoped the agent.
With the,
It's from Thriller. Thriller, is it?
What's got you
Is it
thinking about
Thriller?
taking this promotion?
Might be. I mean, you might be right.
I visited Brookdale.
The center that takes the orphans.
Oversimplification, but yeah. I was raised in that place after my parents were killed.
Yeah, you never spoke highly of that place.
I saw that kid we rescued. They named him Mia Bard. I wanted to make sure he was okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say your favorite supervillain.
My reverse
No,
Flash,
one
huh?
of the nurses.
So he's gonna become the reverse Flash,
She says
apparently.
it's not too likely that they'll be able to find him a home.
In a galaxy this big?
I know. And as I looked at that kid in the face,
I knew that Donald
can't
Trump would
let
be
him
his
end up
savior.
like me. Lost in the system.
What happened to this kid?
Kids aren't allowed on the starship.
Yeah. But if I take this promotion, then I can take him with me to Jupiter Station and have him with me at the ranch every night.
Eat pizza rolls.
Jennifer say.
Every night.
What does she have to do with this?
Doc and I have a bet. Who's going to ask who out first? If you really want to change your life that much, you might want to tell her how you feel. Put all your cards on the table.
Are they in the same scene together? I mean, like,
Train Emily for these feelings.
It's been almost 2 years.
This was the guy that he was on the planet with.
yeah, I know, but look at, like, you're not seeing them in the same shot, are you?
And then there's Jack. Yeah,
So,
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they filmed it separately. I don't think you ever saw a shot of them together, like in that sequence.
that Back to the Future 2 jacket, I can't get over that. But all right, fair enough. Oh, look at this. There's Vance's love for DC. Oh, there's some Iron Man there as well. Is that Iron Man up
I
there?
say there's Cyclops.
There's a Hulk.
Wolverine.
Yeah, there's Hulk. Yeah. They're all
Hey,
there.
the door was unlocked. You ready to go?
Cyclops.
Oh no, here we go.
God, I've...
The pizza roll stone's coming back.
The network together.
Oh no, this dude.
But it isn't
There
your
he is.
only family.
Oh, looks like Hitler a little bit.
I'm tripping big time.
Yeah, I know. Becoming a parent's rough.
Are you all right?
The kid is growing.
I know what I have to do.
Is Flash about to get like eaten up by lava? I can't tell.
I thought that was part of his,
like, Speed Force. Like,
yeah.
I guess.
Expendable.
Self-referential Star Trek reference in a Star Trek fan film.
Surprise.
That's just like my Expendable fan or Expendable shirt.
I have something I need to say.
It's hilarious.
Okay.
You know most of what I have to say already. So, you know that kid I found in the Barada system? I can't let him grow up like I did.
Will be a Starfleet officer.
I'm leaving the Valiant and I'm taking that promotion to Utopia Planitia. I'm going to be that father that kid needs.
Oh, wow.
I'm not gonna be the father that kid wants.
That's a
I'm gonna be
huge
the father
thought.
that kid needs.
You've given this a lot of thought, though, I can tell.
The Sukalan took Emily from me. And they took that kid's whole family. It sounds like fate to me.
Well, you know I support you like I always do. What can I do to help?
Lieutenant Dimples right there.
I love you.
Oh, she's dead.
Yes.
I'm in love with you.
Stop falling in love with people, Minard. They end up dying because of your curse of being their boyfriend or husband.
Love anyone again. But it's been years. And I think I'm ready to rebuild. with you.
I thought you'd never ask.
He's such a smoothie, though.
The Melbourne's still in shakedown. I don't know when I'll be back. But Eric, when I do, I want to come back to you.
And we can raise that baby together.
Save big money at Menards. That's an actual store around here. It's called Menards, and where I live.
Nice.
And that's their little jingle.
The past. Family's got to come first. Everyone loved the great Leon Menard. Hell, I did. But I want more than just a career. I want a family. It doesn't mean I don't care about them.
You know he's talking to a uniform.
But I want to change that boy's life for the better. He deserves so much better.
I wonder how much one of those uniforms cost. Maybe I'll get me a...
I've given all my...
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want red or yellow, though.
Yeah, I have to have... If I couldn't go with one, I'd have to have all of them. That's why when I bought my shirts, I made sure those three shirts with the little logo on it, I made sure I got a red, blue, and a yellow.
I don't know. What do you see me? Did you see me as a command staff, not ops, like an engineering staff?
Honestly, I could see you any of them.
Really?
Yeah, I could see you as science officer. I could see you as a commanding officer. I could see you engineering. You got the beard for it.
You what?
You got the box beard. It's perfect for all of those roles.
Oh.
Jack.
Hey. Sorry to bother you.
That is a onesie.
Can I talk to you for a second?
That is a Starfleet onesie.
Star Trek pajama.
I think the sensors on the old girl need
Star Trek pajama.
Kennedy wanted to do it, but I felt
I want my... Is that standard issue? Do they all get Star Trek onesies? Because I would... They need that in lower decks, like next season.
I want that. I'll sleep in that happily.
Okay.
Have a Starfleet pajama party.
Monday then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sounds good.
You're not going to be here Monday, are you? You're going to accept promotion, right?
Oh, being promoted is so difficult.
You were just going to show up for your shift and hope we didn't notice?
It's the kid, Eobard. He doesn't have anywhere else to go.
I get it. You're going to go and be a father. I understand all too well, especially with Abby and all. That's important.
Why am I so conflicted?
Why?
You should have left that fucking kid in the park and then just carried on like nothing was going on.
It's just hard to say goodbye. We've all been there.
I'll just curl up in my Starfleet issue jammies every night and cry myself to sleep.
Mean something to you. But that doesn't mean that there are more things that are equally or even more so important.
Jack.
What does his shirt say?
Relish.
I love you like a brother, man.
It says Alsh, A-L-S-H. Is there? I don't think there's a letter before it.
Why don't we just save this all for Monday?
Like a local team or something. I don't know. It looks like the American Gladiator symbol.
I'm just thinking relish.
I can tell you in person how you've been a great friend all these years. You put up with me and all my madness for many, many years. And Menard, there's no way that I can repay you for that. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to miss that.
You're telling me you could have just like given that kid into some sort of department where they they could take care of a lost, lonely child and bring him up the Starfleet way. Hey, look, there's all his dead girlfriends. That's the wall of fucking pain for him. Look at him. He's looking at that and thinking,
The Hall of Pain.
I'm gonna be crying and shit. All my friends are gone or dead. Damn, he's really staring at that fucking wall in the
And now we're staring out in the countryside. And now we're staring out into space.
He's on his ranch, man. He's on his ranch. Menard loves having like these deep thought moments, doesn't he? Just like,
Shuttlecraft Fowler, this is Space Dock. Incoming message.
Garth to Menard. You're clear to depart, Captain. Safe journey and Godspeed.
Godspeed, Captain Menard. Is that the Enterprise?
Everything's the fucking Enterprise, dude.
Oh, he's going by Jupiter.
I'm gonna take care of you, little baby. I even took a promotion to take care of you. Not a demotion, not retirement, not leaving my job or anything like that. I took a promotion to take fucking care of you.
Well, I mean, but if there's no money involved, I mean, promotion could mean like worse. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
Is this the actual end, or is this the...
In order of appearance? It turned into the Matrix music.
Yeah, there's no after credits, but... Look, it's a pizza roll stone.
Yeah.
Hey, there's
James.
Yeah, James.
Oh god, man. Vance, mate. I love you to bits, man, but your music selection, it makes me want to kill myself, I swear to God. What a pretty person.
Whoa. Where did that come from? Alright, well, let's start
General
talking
James
about
Bonding himself. Space Bond.
So, Zam, what did you think of the film?
I had no idea what the fuck was going on, to a degree. I can't talk while this shit. These credits are going on. Like it was. Like, all right. Like they go for a walk in the park somewhere, some space park, whatever. He finds this kid and stuff. It just reminded me of that time when Jonathan and Martha Kent found Clark or Kal-El. Yeah, you know, in the woods and stuff. You know, like they never tried to figure out how that kid ended up there. I guess. I mean, if they did, it wasn't. Whatever happened in this episode wasn't coherent enough for me to pick up on that. And then because he's the one who found the kid, he ends up being the person who has to father the kid. When that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but it does. And you see him, he's like conflicted and stuff and all of that. But honestly, it was really hard to give a shit. It really was. Yeah, I was like, the Easter eggs. Sorry, one more thing. The Easter eggs, like the jacket and stuff like that. I was looking at more for those and stuff like that, you know, because that for me was way more interesting than this actual story. To be honest, I found very little to care about this, and I was too busy like laughing at certain things than giving a damn.
All right, so here's what I feel like was going on here is Vance obviously had just become a father in this film, or well, before this film, obviously, because there's a little baby in it.
Yeah, that's his son, isn't it? For sure.
Yes. So I feel like he is trying to translate his feelings into his art, and so I can appreciate that fact.
I think that's very well put, actually.
So I can appreciate the fact that he's trying to translate the new stage of his life into his art. However, you know, I get what you're saying. Like this film went on. Well, it was part 1 and 2, but this film went on for 25. Well, probably right around 23 minutes. And I mean, you know, there was absolutely no tension. You know, there was no like. I mean, maybe if the baby was like maybe if the baby was a heir to a throne, to a dictatorial, like a dictatorialship or something like that, or something like that, or or it's a baby that the family, you know, the family died because their dictator was after them, but then they requested asylum for their baby because they wanted the Federation to protect their baby, who is the rightful heir to what, you know, some space shenanigans like that.
Well, you know, I think honestly, Vance, I know you're watching this, but I think you expressed this in the wrong way. Now I've got a bit more from you, Cheeto. It makes a lot more sense, to tell you the truth. And I think you should have been more joyful, Vance. You came across very sad, depressed. You got a kid in your life. You know what I mean? Life changes. Be happy. Let your friends be happy for you. Express your joy for this. But you came across very sad in a way. I know things change and all of that, but I think having a new bundle of joy in your life should have come across more joyful than, I don't want to say regretful, because that's not the right word. But you know, like, you just came across too unhappy. You know, when I think you should have come across a lot more happier in this particular episode.
Well, I feel like he came across. I think he was trying to come across conflicted, but it just came off more sad. You know, like I feel like he should have had more of a conflicted attitude. But the way his demeanor was, it made it seem like I have to take care of this kid, but I have to give up my ship. And it's like that's where he was going, and I can tell that's where he was going with this. I mean, because trust me, not every day is not a bundle of joy with kids. I mean,
no doubt, but
just
no, that's why I'll never be a fucking parent, dude. You know, as I said to many a person, I've had to look after my nephew and niece on a couple of occasions when they came down to London to stay with me because they went to see a concert in London, and I couldn't go to bed until they came home, and that was only on a couple of occasions I had to look after them. Imagine having to live like that for the rest of your life regarding your children. You know, fuck that, man. I'll never want to have children. But never, you know, I love my nephew and niece to bits, and they are the closest thing I ever have to my own kids. But fuck that, man. You know, my brother and my sister-in-law, that's their thing. And luckily now that their kids are young adults now, so they don't have to worry as much. But they always will, being their parents, regardless of their age. But I'm going on a bit of a tangent here. I just think Vance should have come across a lot more, you know, like ready for this new change in his life and be a lot more you know, appreciating the adventure that he's about to embark on, being a father, you know, and the sadness should have been a little bit
I feel like the sadness should have been more from his crew rather than him.
Or even the crew should have said, you know what, we're happy for you. We're happy for you, Menard. This is great. You're a dad. Look after that kid. Do what's best for that child. All of that sort of stuff, which is what you do as a parent. Once you become a parent, you give up your life, and your life is now dedicated to your children. Another reason why I don't want to be a fucking parent, because I'm a selfish cunt like that. You know what I mean? The idea of giving up my fucking life for kids. Thank God I ain't got any fucking kids. But nevertheless, you know, this is, I think, the sort of portrayal Vance should have given in this episode. But now I've got to understand it a bit better. But for whatever it is what it is. You know, I don't want to shit on it too much. You know, there was some. I was taking the piss out of it to a degree, and I don't mind that. I guess it's okay in that particular department. Some nice Easter eggs. The fucking Back to the Future jacket and the Thriller jacket were pretty cool. But there's really not much. There's not much more to this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if I don't know if I feel comfortable giving it a rating, just because I know where this is coming from. I know, and I kind of want to leave it at that. Like, I know where this film is coming from, and as a parent myself, I understand what he's doing. He's trying to transpose what his inside feelings are onto his art, and I really appreciate that. And I do agree with you with a lot of your points, Zam. But at the same time, you know, me and you have two totally different perspectives on this. So I'm not going to give a rating on it. I'm going to say that I understand where he was coming from with this, and I'm going to let it be what it is. But I don't know. I feel like I would have expressed it a little bit differently in my mind. But
yeah, I don't want to give a rating either, Cheeto. Sorry for interrupting.
That's okay.
I don't want to give a rating, but your son as a baby, absolutely fucking adorable.
Yeah.
You know, I would like to have held. I wanted to hold him at that age. You know, he looked gorgeous. You know, the bundle of joy. You know, and yeah, absolutely adorable. You're lucky to have him in your life, mate.
Okay. Well, with that all being said, Zam, thank you very much for continuing on with me on this trek down the Vance Collection. If you haven't already, please give us a comment, a like, and a subscribe if you have not already. We are NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel you've never fucking heard of. And we will catch you guys later in the next one.
Adios.